You are here with By the Cover. Today I'll be reviewing Crawlspace by Adam Christopher. This book was 228 pages and took me 2 days to read. I would rate this book a 7.8 out of 10. This review may contain spoilers, so if you do not want to hear those, click off now. The synopsis: testing experimental dimensional travel. A crew manning a new experimental spacecraft faces strange psychological phenomena, shifting dimensions, and ancient cosmic forces, forcing them to uncover a dangerous hidden truth about their mission. As far as my likes with the book, this was both a slow burn and very quick pacing, very short chapters. In my opinion, this book read extremely quickly. I started reading this and I probably would have finished it in day one had I not had 60 pages left before I couldn't see straight. It had a great way of grabbing my attention and keeping me interested. It had great mystery elements. I thought the characters, for the most part, were great characters. They were not typical characters. They had flaws, and they felt like real people. And I actually ended up caring for pretty much all of them. I thought it was an absolutely fascinating concept. You're going to spend a lot of this book not knowing what the hell is going on, and when they finally get around to explaining what is going on, it was kind of a mind-blowing moment. Not since Michael Crichton's Sphere have I been introduced to concepts that really blow my mind and get me thinking. I thought the book did a great job with the claustrophobic atmosphere, and it was genuinely creepy. As far as my dislikes with the book, I think there was just a little bit too much focus put on the engineering aspect of the ship and why things were the way they were. I did think that it would have been more interesting to have focused the time on the overall what was happening storyline, because that was super interesting and I felt like that was rushed at the end, where I would have liked to have spent more time with the fascinating stuff and a little less time with all of the engineering stuff that I didn't find as interesting. There was also a lot of repetition with something that happened that initially built a lot of tension, but after it was used a whole bunch of times, got old, and that was when a crew member would call out on the comms to get a response from somebody else and there would be silence. That worked really, really well at the beginning of the story and did not work at all towards the end of the story. Every time it happened later in the story, I'm just like, not this again. So that got a bit annoying. You start finding out what is happening towards like the last 20 pages of this book. I just felt like the ending of it was wrapped up way too quickly. It kind of info dumps on you what's been going on, and then you're so disoriented because you're trying to process all this new information, and by the time you've even thought about processing it, the story ends. I did not like the ending of this book. I thought it felt rushed and sloppy, but the entire rest of the book I absolutely loved. It kept me guessing throughout the entire thing. It introduced concepts that I think were mind-blowing. I did like the science aspect of it. I liked the crew. I liked the world. I loved the atmosphere building. I thought it did a really good job. Overall, it's a book I would probably reread again. The weaknesses of it were that it focused a little too much on engineering. It overused a trope, and I thought the ending was rushed. So that's about it. We'll catch you later.